I'm Reina Scully. I do a few YouTube videos on Japanese translations, but I also used to actually translate some of the anime on Crunchyroll, and right now I actually still do some videos with Crunchyroll as well, and we talk about anime and all that good stuff. The first time I heard about Urahara was actually when it was a webcomic available on Crunchyroll called Park Harajuku Crisis Team, where the girls actually originated from and where the Urahara girls that we know today came from. I was contacted by a producer over in Japan, and that's actually how I found out that Park Harajuku Crisis Team was being turned into an anime called Urahara. So how I got into it was kind of unique, and I was lucky enough to have been in Japan exactly when they kind of wanted to audition me for a few of the roles, and I read a bunch of different parts, but at the time everything was still very much on the ground floor, so we never really landed on what kind of expression I should have, and they were just kind of looking for range. So I actually had no idea what was happening after I auditioned, and there was kind of no movement on it from my end. And which kind of makes sense because voice acting is generally post-production, especially for new roles like mine. So yeah, I had no idea what was happening after I auditioned. And then a year later, I was suddenly contacted by the same producers, and they were like, hey, would you be interested in actually being in the anime? Here are some of the lines, and we'd like you to read them again. So a little bit unfortunate, but I recorded this not in Japan, which probably would have been an entirely different experience. But like I said before, my role was very much post-production work, so I was able to record it in LA, which was really comfortable for me. But everything was communicated through Skype, so that had its own challenges, but it was also very, very fun and really comfortable for me. And I feel like in a way, maybe if I was actually in Japan, it would have been a lot more nerve-wracking. So maybe this all worked out for the best. So my character is DJ Aoyama. I was originally prompted to read her lines kind of like a newscaster, which totally makes sense. She's a radio DJ that's kind of explaining what's going on, the situation and everything like that. But it's a dire situation, but she's also a radio DJ, so there's definitely kind of a weird line right there. And then I read it really straight and really cool, but then I got another prompt afterwards to re-record and maybe do it a little bit more loosely. But this prompt was kind of unexpected. They were like, maybe talk like a gal. And I thought that was really, really strange because I am kind of giving news, right? Like I'm kind of reporting on the dire situation that Harajuku and Tokyo are in. So it was really actually difficult to kind of be upbeat. So I'm positive for the public, but I'm also relaying kind of tragic news. And it's also very unknown. It's about aliens. So it's like kind of shrouded in mystery. Yeah, kind of playing all those parts in someone that doesn't really have a face was really, really difficult, but I loved it. Let's see, the biggest difference between voice acting in Japanese and English. I think it's actually easier to voice act in Japanese, maybe because it's such an intonation-based language that I feel like I can manipulate it a little bit more and have more range, as opposed to English, which I kind of land in a very specific, like, 9-year-old boy range, so it's a little harder for me. But yeah, that's like the main difference. I think Japanese is weirdly a little bit easier. This was my debut as a Japanese voice actor, and it was such an incredible experience. I really want to thank the Urahara team in Japan for giving me this opportunity. I would love to do it again. It's obviously a childhood dream of mine. I feel like I accomplished something, but who knows? Please support the Urahara girls and DJ Aoyama by watching Urahara every Wednesday on Crunchyroll.